How you doing? Today, Pinnacle Real Estate Advisor is interviewing one of the top buyer's agents in all of Missouri, Jacob Gould with the Boehmer Team. Jacob, thanks for meeting with me today.
Thanks for having me, Bill.
Absolutely. First question, can you explain a little bit what a buyer's agent and what a seller's agent is in the terms of real estate?
There's a lot of confusion out in the market of all the different terms that different real estate companies use, whether it's a buyer's agency or a selling agency, different ways to be represented. When you hear the term buyer's agent, it basically references that person's role either in the company or on a team. So they're going to be out in the marketplace, they're going to be out looking at different homes in the market, they're going to be doing a lot of research just for buyers. They're not going to concentrate so much on the listing side, although they can. They're going to be more out in the marketplace to be able to tell you what's happening in the neighborhoods you're looking for.
Okay. So I'm a first-time home buyer. I have no idea what to do. I'm out with my fiance and I see a sign in the yard of a house that I like. What would I do at that point?
Well, it's such an exciting time. People have decided they're going to move. They're out, they're driving the neighborhoods they want to possibly move into, and what happens? They see that sign in the yard. They're excited. The first reaction is to pick up the phone and call the number on the sign. Well, what you really should do first is put some key players in place. One would be your real estate agent, whether it's working with a team, a buyer's agent, and also someone in the mortgage or financing industry to help you understand how your payments or how you're going to move forward financially with the purchase. And the reason for this is if you just pick up the phone, call the number on the sign, a lot of people, they see the neighborhoods, they drive through, look at different things and want to get into houses. What we've probably done is laid the groundwork before that. We're going to set you up on a great internet search. It's going to be pulling things straight out of the MLS listing where all the other agents are putting in the homes for sale. We're going to narrow that search down for you, maybe 6 or 7 great possibilities that fit most of your needs, if not all your needs. We're going to meet at my office most likely, or maybe at the first house. You're going to jump in a car with us, and we're going to have those scheduled for you. We're going to do the work beforehand, setting up appointments. Most of these homes, just like you're living in your home, these people want some notice that somebody's going to drop by and take a look. So the day before your tour, we're going to be setting all those appointments, putting them in the most what makes the most sense as far as driving around, taking a look at it. We're going to give you print off with some great notes because guess what? Looking at 6 or 7 houses in one day can get a little bit blurry. So we're going to give you some great information to take home and you can review at the end of the day.
Great. So part of it too, what I'm hearing is people don't need, because it takes a lot of time to spend looking on the internet sites and looking at what houses are available. And really, if I have a criteria of a home that I'm looking for and a budget, contacting you, you can take care of showing all the houses that are available with that criteria?
Absolutely. In our MLS system that all agents use, we can set parameters not only for school district, zip codes, the size of the house, how many garages it has. There's almost infinite amount of parameters we can set. And we can set up more than one search. I have some clients who will set 5 or 6 searches just depending on what their family needs really are. So it's a great way to have them automatically emailed to you. Sites like Zillow, Realtor, Homes.com, those kind of sites are all pulling the information from our MLS database anyway. So why not get the information as soon as it's the freshest, as soon as it hits the market, you're going to get notified about that home.
That's great stuff. Okay, so also, one of the questions that comes up a lot is about negotiation. Why is having a seasoned buyer's agent on your side better than just negotiating by yourself?
Well, I think a good portion of that is the groundwork again. If we've taken you out, shown you the houses, you're going to start to build some values of what you're looking for in your mind. You're going to know in that neighborhood, a 2-story in this condition is going to have a certain value in your mind. The other thing we're going to do for you is build a case of the past history of the neighborhood. We're going to pull a lot of information and a lot of data to support whatever number we're offering. Just because the seller is asking a certain price, it may or may not be aligned with what the market is actually doing. And we're there to lay out all that information for you so you can make an informed purchase and feel confident that value is in that offer.
Okay. So is that the point when you're making the offer? Is that the point with, they say, closing costs and things like that? Does the commissions of the buyer's agent come from the buyer's agent negotiating the seller to pay closing costs at the time of the sale?
No, all of the commissions paid out to buyer's agents and on the selling agent is all based upon the sales price of the home. Typically, when you're asking for closing costs to be written in, which a lot of our buyers, depending on their situation, definitely we can ask for, is written in the special agreement section of a contract and don't influence the sales price or what eventually both parties to the contract get paid out on their commission.
Great clarification. I think that is a very misunderstood in the industry of that. So ultimately, it's just from the sale price of the home.
Correct.
That's where it's paid out. So it has nothing to do with the buyer coming out of pocket with closing costs or anything like that. It comes from the sale price of the home. Okay, so when you are negotiating, that brings me to the next point. Would you recommend, of course, having a buyer's agent or an agent on your side? Why do you need one for the contract and the terms and things like that?
Well, the contract from the Missouri Real Estate Board changes every year. So even if this is your fourth home purchase, every year they're taking out terms, putting different preferences on different items, such as gas inspection. A couple years ago, it used to be the seller's responsibility, but now it's actually the buyer's responsibility if they want to have an independent gas inspection done. So being able to sit down with your buyer's agent, read through the contract, ask all the questions, because they do change from time to time, and you want to understand what you're liable for and what the selling party is liable for, and the time frames that each of those individual items have to happen. How many days do we have to get an inspection? When is our loan commitment date? What are these key things that we really need to stay on top of? And a good buyer's agent is going to be watching out for you and letting you know this date's coming up, we need to take action on this or that.
On a personal note, on your team, the Boehmer Team, why would you say the big difference of what put you in the top echelon? Is that how you say that word?
Echelon.
Echelon. In the top echelon, what differences does your team have that put you there?
I think one key thing that we have is our customer service. With Kelly, Linda, and I, we are the face of the company, and we always love to be that. We're going to be the ones meeting our clients, whether buyers or sellers, out in the field, and it's always going to be us. We never wanted to be a faceless team that says, oh, you're listed with the Boehmer Team. I've never met a Boehmer. I've never met Jacob. I see their pictures, but I never meet them. And we get great referrals with it. We deliver on our customer service. We are the ones that take the phone calls. We know your home if we're listing it. We know what you're looking for if we're helping you purchase. It's us on a day-to-day basis. And I think that's what really sets our team apart and is what's really driven us up into those top rankings.
Absolutely, and I couldn't agree with you more. The genuine personalities that you all have, you feel it from the human instinct side of things. You can just feel it from meeting all of you, and I would recommend them to anyone, and I do recommend them to everyone. So. A couple more questions. Real question is the financing. You brought up financing. What does that mean? What does it mean about financing or a home loan or a mortgage? How do you go about that?
Well, I think the biggest misunderstanding, and I see this more on the first-time home buyer side, is, hey Jake, we found the house, we love it, we've been out looking, we want to write an offer for it. A lot of people don't realize that during that process, we're going to have to submit to the other party, to the listing party, some sort of proof or evidence that you are able to procure a loan for that home in that amount. So part of the groundwork we're laying, maybe at the same time we're searching for homes, is getting you in touch with a great lender who's going to tell or lay out all the options available to fit your financial needs. Whether it's with down payments, if we're going to need closing costs, all those factors we want to know ahead of time while writing up that contract or that offer. So I think in the beginning steps, just like putting your team in place with a good real estate agent, is getting in the hands of someone like USA Mortgage or somebody who you know is going to take great care of you.